Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Carolina. This is Carolina's Closet. I make things, mostly clothing. I knit and I crochet. I mostly knit on a knitting machine like this one. Just sharing with you my journeys, my things, my DIYs. I try to be helpful sometimes with some tutorials, but this is what this channel is all about. So if you've not been subscribed, consider subscribing. My social media is Carolina's Closet everywhere. And let's go on to this video. I'm finishing a vest and I'm not going to show you the front right now. I'm just finishing it by doing some crochet rows here in the armholes and in the neckline. And I'm finishing off with a single crochet row. For the past couple of weeks, I have been making gifts, mostly for birthdays. While doing that, I just kind of I've been kind of thinking of my relationship to gift giving and gift receiving, and I just kind of feel like I'm a bad gift person in general. I'm not good with gifts, neither giving or receiving. And I don't know if I'm the only one. I think I also come from a place of liking to make things for other people. I just thought I'd share my thoughts with you all, and maybe some of you can relate. You can tell me if you think I am actually a terrible gift giver or if you think I am not that bad. This vest, by the way, I don't know if I said it's a gift, is for my friend Danny. But I thought I'd start with sharing with you like my relationship to gift receiving. Because basically I really hate receiving gifts. I'm just kind of really bad at receiving gifts. I'd just rather not receive anything. And that's for multiple reasons. I think first of all, it's just like growing up, it was me and my mom. And my mom was pretty well off. We never really struggled, which is, very lucky for me as a kid. But that meant that I never really had to wish for something and like had to wait for my birthday or Christmas to get something that I really wanted. If I really wanted some clothing, I could ask for my mom and we would go shopping. We would go shopping like every 3-4 months or something, and we would buy quite a bit of clothing. So I never felt like, oh, I really needed to wait or save for something that I really wanted growing up, even in my teenage years. Anything that I was gifted in on Christmas or my birthday wasn't really a big deal because along the year I just, if I really needed something, I kind of would get it. Or like really wanted something. I was also never thought to believe in Santa Claus. So like I've never really expected gifts from a magical entity. But also something that, I'm grateful for, also I feel guilty about, which is strange, is that my mom, she used to travel a lot. And whenever she traveled, she would bring me gifts. But they were just random gifts, which it kind of sucks to say out loud because a gift is a gift, it's the thought that counts. But at the same time, I feel like a gift should be something that you think that the person receiving is gonna like. So my mom would go on trips and go abroad, and she would bring me things that I guess she thought I would like, but they were really random, so like random knickknacks or clothing that I just never saw myself wearing like in my teenage years, so not as a kid who doesn't like receiving clothing, but like even when I was a bit grown, she would get me some like quirky, random looking outfits that I just never saw myself wearing. And I just remember feeling extremely guilty. She would come back from a trip and she would like have like quite a few things set up for me, and I would just feel bad because none of it was something that I ever saw myself wanting. Like clothing that I never saw myself wearing, random knickknacks that I just never saw myself using, even as a crafty kid. So I just felt really, really guilty for receiving gifts because I just saw them and I was like, oh, that's so thoughtful. I'm getting things. I need to be grateful because they are things. I'm receiving things. And that's good because, it's good to receive things, but I didn't see those specific things as things that I wanted. So I just felt guilty because I was like, I'm not going to use these things. This is money spent on me that I'm not going to use. So that's just like something that I felt growing up. And I started asking my mom to not bring me anything. Don't bring me clothing. Don't bring me anything. Like, if you really want, bring me a keychain, please. And she would continue bringing gifts, things that she really thought that I wanted. I just kept feeling guilty and guilty and guilty. So as I grew and like as I became like older and older, I just started asking for people to not bring me gifts. That's like late teenage years. I just started asking people to like not bring me gifts. Like, if I was to throw a little birthday party, I would just say like, just come, don't bring me anything, don't feel like you need to bring me any gifts or anything. And because I just really didn't want to receive things that I didn't want. And that's just like how I felt as to like gift receiving. Alongside that feeling of like not wanting to receive gifts because I was scared that I would get things that I didn't want and feel guilty instead of grateful, which I think is not really a good state of mind. It's just honestly how I felt. I don't know if it's like that with everyone in like their 20s, but with my different friend groups, I don't have that many friend groups, but the few that I have, it doesn't seem in this past few years, it never really seems like it's that big of a deal to bring presents. Like, it doesn't seem important or like almost like an unspoken obligation to bring a gift at someone's birthday. I don't know if it's because everyone is in their 20s and everyone's struggling, so everyone understands that like not everyone has disposable income for like gifts. But for the past couple of birthday parties that I've gone on, like for friends or like acquaintances my age, it does feel like not everyone brings gifts. It's never really something that it seems necessary. And even like I went to a birthday party of like my friend's friend, and I was like, we were acquaintances, but they were like closer to my closer friends. And I was really worried. I was like, oh, should I bring something? What kind of gift should I take? Asking for like opinions, like kind of gifts, right? Because I don't know the person really well. And my friends were like, don't bother. Like, nowadays, no one gifts anything. It's just like being there, being present that counts. And that's something that I had subconsciously thought about, but no one ever said that to me. And I don't know if that maybe is just them and not everyone our age thinks like that, but that seems like it's kind of how things are being in our 20s, because I do have some friend groups. I I go to the gym very frequently, like every single day, and I go in the morning. So I have a lot of friends, like friend groups that are just a little bit older than me, and I go to their and like I'm invited to birthday parties and things like that, and like the age range is a lot older than me, and in those groups, it seems like presents are a lot more there. Every birthday, there are a lot more gifts than in my age range group. So I guess it's just like a common understanding, I guess, that everyone's broke in their 20s. Regardless, like I have not been really feeling pressured to gift. And as someone who doesn't really like receiving gifts, I'm often really bad at buying gifts. I never buy gifts, which is bad unless I know like I have a friend that is much more materialistic than I am, and she's a lot more into like very like cosmetic things, jewelry and makeup, a lot more like just my girlfriend that has like the most like expensive taste, I would say. And like I knew exactly what she wanted for her birthday, like a charm for her bracelet, and it was exactly like it was very obvious what she wanted, so I gifted that to her because it was very obvious. Like it was, I knew she wanted that. But apart from like those very specific cases where like you really know what a person wants, it seems like daunting to gift. So I just don't really gift all the time, which is bad. But then what I do to compensate, or maybe it's just for me, I make things. So I can knit something for someone as a gift. I really like to think of a person, their, personality, and make something that is really, really specific to them. In the case of this vest that I'm just now finishing, this is a vest that has a beetroot riding a bicycle. It says, ride to the beat. the receiver, my friend, is actually my gym teacher. She teaches spinning classes, like the music ones. She's not like my best friend. She's not someone that, I'm always talking to, sharing everything that I think about. She is my gym teacher. She's important to me in the sense that we get along very well, and I think she's very motivational, and she's a good teacher. And I was thinking, I really want to make something for her because I like her a lot. She's my favorite teacher. This sounds so kindergarten. She's my favorite teacher. But it's true. She's my favorite teacher. I adore her. And we became friends. So I was thinking of something to make to her or gift to her for her birthday. And I just had this idea because she is a spinning teacher and she's obsessed with beetroot powder as a pre-workout. And she's always talking about her beetroot powder. She's talking about it on Instagram, making fun of it. And I just had this idea, and it's a perfect idea. It's a perfect play on words. Even in our studio, there is those lighting lettering things that says "ride to the beat," but the beat, not the beat. So it's really funny. I think it's clever and funny. So I was like, I need to do this, and this is for her because I made this specifically thinking of this very specific scenario of this spinning teacher who is obsessed with beetroot powder and is a spinning teacher in a music focused kind of spinning lesson. It's perfect. It's like a very, 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 very ultra specific gift. And I do these sometimes. I think of these very randomly specific things, and because I can knit, I can make clothing, I do make them. Yeah, I do have ideas of things that I would like to make for my friends and family that are very personal to them. The problem with that is that making things take time. I know that you all watching this have a very long list of things that you would like to do for a list of people this Christmas, and you haven't started yet. So it's fair to say that you might not finish your gifts for everyone. And that's what happened to me for everyone, every month, every year. I always want to make gifts for everyone. Even if it's a smaller thing, it doesn't have to be a full vest or a full cardigan. It can be a sock or a bracelet or a headband or a purse, something that I can make that is very specific to the person that, I want to gift because it's their birthday or it's Christmas or whatever. And I never am able to finish everything. So I don't go out of my way to buy decent gifts. And then I don't have the time to make the gifts that I want to make for people. And then I just don't give anything. Because it doesn't work out. For example, if you see my last video, it's a sock. That pair of socks was for my friend. I made it thinking of my friend, but it took me 3.5 hours to make each sock. And once I finished closing the first one and I was almost done with the second one, I realized that I accidentally made it too small. I made it bigger than I usually make it because my feet are very small. I made it bigger than I usually make them, and I finished it and I was like, no, this is not going to fit her because it barely fits me. And then I was like, I cannot give this to her because I'm not going to gift a piece of a clothing item that doesn't fit the person. So then it's just oh, she doesn't get a gift this year from me, which is okay because I don't usually get gifts because I set that present, but no one else went out of their way to say that they don't want presents. I did, and I don't expect gifts. But that doesn't mean that other people don't expect gifts in their birthday or Christmas. But if I'm not able to finish something or it goes wrong, I just don't gift anything. So that makes me a very, very terrible gift giver. But in a scenario where I don't really care for gifts and I really don't care if I don't receive a gift, that doesn't usually seem like a problem to me. And the problem also with knitting and making clothes, it's that it's clothes. It's not always perfect. A thing about gift giving is that if you gift clothes, you always give it with some sort of receipt. So if the person needs to exchange it for something that they like better, or it doesn't fit well so they have to change it or something, they can do that. But if I make something specifically to someone, they cannot do that. And honestly, it doesn't upset me at all if, like, for example, I give this very random and quirky vest to my teacher. If she never wears it, I really don't care. Because I know that this is a very specific style that she might not really want to wear out. And this is kind of hot, so she cannot wear it to teach her class. So I'm very much aware that she might not even wear this really that much, maybe not even ever, but I just had to do this because it's funny, it's fun, and it's her, you know? But the same way that I felt guilty for like my mom giving gifts and me not wanting to wear them, other people might feel guilty that they don't wear the things that I make for them, even though I don't really mind. So that's bad because I feel like I'm doing something that was done to me. Like I'm giving gifts that I'm not sure if the person's gonna like, but they are very specific. But at the same time, it's like, okay, it's very specific, but still, like, are they going to want to wear it? I don't know. So it's complicated. I think I'm just like a very bad gift giver. I'm pretty sure I'm a terrible gift giver because I don't really give that many gifts. The gifts that I give are very personal, and that's good. I like to receive personal gifts personally, and I feel like most people prefer to receive a gift that is like personal to them than just something random. But sometimes you just give a random gift because you need to give a gift, and it's not necessarily something that that person really cares about, and I don't like that. But it is, you know, for a lot of people, it's like, oh, it's the thought that counts, the fact that the person went out of their way to buy something for you, like use their hard-earned money to buy something for you on your birthday or on Christmas. But it's kind of expected. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that just because I make things, oh, like I give good gifts because I make them. No, because it's not always something that you make is the best gift just because you made it. Some people feel like that. Some people feel like, oh, I don't care if I love it or hate it, or if I would wear it or not. The person made it for me, so that's special. And I feel like that, me personally. But I don't think it's wrong if you don't feel like that. Like if you're not really that into handmade gifts. Like to each their own, you know, some people like handmade gifts and some don't. But yeah, if I was able to, I would be making handmade gifts like this for everyone. I just don't have time for that. But then would they even like it? Or would they feel guilty like I feel guilty when I receive gifts? That even makes me feel a bit selfish because I'm making something, because also like I like making things. I like making my knits, and it's always like I'm improving my craft. So maybe I'm even selfish by making these gifts. You know, maybe the person doesn't even like it, and it's just like, oh, okay, but at least I'm making a little TikTok and improving my craft. I don't know, I'm just yapping at this point. I think I'm just going around in the same few words. And I'm going to go to my gym class. I'm actually even wearing my leggings because I am going to go to my gym class, have class with my teacher who is going to receive this. And she does know that I'm making something for her because I told her. I don't always tell people that I'm making them something because not often it works out. So if I tell someone that I'm making something for them and then it doesn't work out, I have to make it anyway. So I never really tell people that I'm making something for them. Yeah, I'm finally gonna be able to gift this one, and I'm happy about it because I think it's a funny one, very specifically funny. Let me know if any of these thoughts resonated with you or not at all. I'd like to know anyway, even if you really feel nothing like me, or I don't know, because I feel like as people who DIY, who make gifts, we always have this kind of, you know, oh, I want to make a gift for everyone. And then you're like, oh, like, are they actually gonna care? And then there's like, oh, I don't know, like, I don't have time to make it. Just a bunch of thoughts in like making things for other people. Do let me know if you have any opinions regarding everything that I just said. Oh, sorry for a different scenario, but there's something that I wanted to say that I completely forgot. And that is to say that I know how it feels to get a DIY present and how grateful it is, because this sweater that I've been using in this video, it's actually crochet. Yes, this is crochet, and it was crocheted by my mother. She made it for me quite a while ago, and this was like the best present that I've ever received from her. That's not true. I received live from her. But this is like the present that I feel so grateful because she took her time to make it. And unfortunately, I don't get to wear it often because it's never really that cold here. But this is like such a soft, nice little sweater, and it's so useful. And that comes to like that thing that I was saying. I feel really bad myself in my way of gifting gifts that I make myself because, as you saw with the vest that I'm doing in this video and just some other times I have done things that I shared online or not that I make for people, I often go on the like very specific, very detailed, personal design that sure is very personal to the person that I'm making it to, but it's not that easily wearable. Like this sweater that my mom made me is very easy for me to wear. If it was cold here a lot, I would wear this all the time. It's a good basic. And unfortunately, my being is adverse to making basics for myself and others, which is something that maybe is a way that I could just like move forward into like, because I do like gift giving when I do make things myself. Maybe I should start thinking of making basics instead of these insane pieces. Not insane, but just like these things that are a lot more different than people would usually gravitate towards. I don't know, I just think that that's what made them special, but then I think I'm thinking a lot of myself and my craft instead of the person who's receiving it and how useful it will be for them and how good they feel receiving a gift. But yeah, anyway, I think I'm conflicted in these thoughts of like really thinking that I'm a bad gift giver and maybe I should search for ways of changing that so that I gift better gifts and I actually give the gifts that I want to gift and make things that people use and wear, and because I make wearables, or maybe moving to something that is not wearables. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking this and it's not that big of a deal. Yesterday I did gift the vest for Danny and she loved it. She was so grateful. I could see in her smile, like it felt like she really liked it. She said she's gonna frame it. So maybe I should move into making things like if I want to make these like very specific designs, maybe instead of making a vest, I could just make a wall piece, a wall hanging, or something like that, because it is very pretty. It is my style of like design, but maybe it doesn't have to be a wearable. I'm just so used to making clothing. So maybe that's a way I could move forward. If I want to make these like very specific designs, make them into wall hangings or tote bags, or something like that, like pillows maybe. I don't know, because I really do like doing intarsia and like drawing in it. I feel like it takes so long, so I feel like it feels like not right to say, oh, that's my style, because I feel like for it to be my style I would have had to have done a bit more pieces than the ones that I have. But it is a style that I feel very comfortable doing and improving. That goes back to like me doing things for me. Like I want to improve my style of things that I make. And I just should think of something that the person who's receiving the gift wants to receive. I'm just talking in circles. You guys got the point. I don't know if it's nice to think like that, but it's the way that I'm thinking about, making things for other people. I still feel really happy that I made the vest, that I made this video, and I feel very happy because she really liked it. It was a very nice make. It is something that I feel proud of having done, and it was an idea that I followed through because I have so many ideas that I don't get to follow through because I just, things take time and life happens. Overall, I'm happy with the project that we made this video. I'm just a bit conflicted about these thoughts of gift giving and how I like to give the gifts. You got it. I'm repeating myself so many times. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts about everything that I said. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Or it's just a weird way of thinking. I don't know. Let me know how you feel about this. Are you someone who, makes gifts or want to DIY gifts for people because you have like this crochet ability or knitting ability, craft that that you're good at, and it's nice to give things that you make. It's more special, it's more personable, but you don't get to do them in time, you don't plan yourself right, so that you're not able to make it for everyone. Is that I feel like that's a common thing amongst crafters or like crocheters. Maybe not, I don't know. Consider subscribing to the channel, otherwise you may never see me again, and I want to see you again, okay? Consider liking the video if you liked it, but if you don't want to, that's fine. I have my social media here. It's at Carolina's Closet everywhere. Also, if you did like the process of the vest being made, I have 3 or 4 other videos making intarsia knits in vest. I have a cardigan, a vest, and a sweater. I'll see if I put them in the end of this video, if you like this kind of process. And yeah, I will see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Bye.